All right, here we go. I'm trying to correlate this together. We'll see how well I do. All right, so the thing what I'm noticing, speaking of correlation, the thing is, what's going on? I keep saying, asking the question, black women, let me know what the fuck? What's going on with y'all, man? Why this hatred? As I say, how racist are you? How racist is anybody? Because everybody's taught to hate black people, and you take it to a level, it always goes to the black man. You know, hatred for black people in general, the black family, black anything, your black grandmother and grandfather, but especially the black man. The blacker, the more the hatred. You understand? Anything like that. I'm just seeing this across the board. Women teach this. This is the thing I keep saying, and I keep encountering it at such a young age, man. Like, let me find my pause that. Let me find this thing here. Where this lady, man, like with the Turo rental thing, right? So, and then like I said with the other lady with the no review for here, you know, like really, like I don't get it. I don't understand the reason. But like I said, other than that, like why y'all wouldn't be wanting to help the black man, even you don't know me, but that's why you don't want to see that. So this is this is the thing that's the sabotage. The sabotage is within. We sleeping with the enemy. We are sleeping with the enemy. The sabotage is from within. I'm wrong. Prove how the fuck I'm wrong. That ain't the enemy. At the end of the day, it always becomes the enemy as far as I can see. Tell me I'm wrong. The black female is the enemy. It's not my enemy. I don't want it to be an enemy. That's not what I'm saying. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm looking for this message. Okay. Right, so there's the chick, the one that left me hanging, want me to wait an hour and plus and just let her walk off. You know, like I said, if I let her get away with that, what's she gonna do when she return the truck? There's that. There's the one that ain't leave a review. Every time you know, you just so used to overlooking the shit, you be overlooking that you're overlooking it. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what it is. And what's this chick thing? Yeah, this one. Okay. Oh, uh, all the shit about all the long ass message that she left me. Um, you can't even see it, but I mean, you know, it's ridiculously long, and it's really just knocking. I didn't even get to say anything, and she's just jumping to all kind of conclusions and shit. Oh no, this is my long ass message. Hi there, I'm in the process of getting an estimate for the damage to my car. Once I have the estimate, I'll send it to you for review and then send a request for payment. Don't worry, whatever. I don't know. That's Turo shit. So she said she called me and cursed me out. I couldn't say anything. And then she texts me, "Sir, there's no damage to your car. You're a liar, but I'll take care of this." And I said, "Yes, ma'am. It's not my word alone. Everything is documented. Pictures taken before and after the trip. Pictures don't lie. I'm just responding to make sure that it doesn't appear that I didn't respond. You made it clear to me where you're at with this. Thanks." That's all I could say. I mean, which is really not a lot. Just letting her know that you're not gonna say I wasn't responsive to you. But then when it come around to okay, hosts, vehicles, and reviews. This one. All right, so Eric, I mean, whatever I'm sure her trip was fine. You know, like as far as the trip, everything was good. The only thing was the nick on the rim, which apparently I did. Apparently I did. And you know, everything I said was true though. The pictures don't lie. They're gonna assess it, and whatever they say, that's what it is. I mean, why all the hatred? Because once they do the pictures, they're gonna assess it, and whatever for this one here, whatever the damage is, it is. Whatever it ain't, it ain't. But so she decided to leave me a 1-star review because I had the audacity to accuse her of scratching the rim. I honestly thought that's what happened, but as I say, there's pictures. We can get to the bottom of this. I can admit when I'm wrong, but there's no room for me to admit that I'm wrong because she already cussed me out and told me to kiss her ass and all this stuff. So, like, I don't even feel right apologizing. That don't make no sense. But she done left me a 1-star review. I left her 4 stars with an explanation of that. You know, her attitude is shitty. I didn't say that, but you know. But that's what I'm saying. I keep dealing with it, and I'm done. I'm done. Man, I don't even want, you know, man, a black woman? Like, what the fuck? Why it's gotta be all this shit? Y'all got to change this. This the power is up to y'all.
Correlate this together. We'll see how well I do.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Okay, I gotta stop that. All right, so it says, I thought this was gonna be a good trip, but unfortunately it hasn't. It was a good trip. You know, everything now you're turning everything into something negative. After I have taken spectacular care of the vehicle and drove it very minimum. She took very good care of it, and she did apparently drove it very minimally, but none of that is not really taking good care of it is the only thing that is required. Driving it minimally is your choice, and I guess you really didn't have anywhere to go. It costs gas, it costs money, so that's why you did that. You weren't doing me any favors by not driving a car that you rented. That don't make sense. G is now trying to file a fraudulent insurance claim against me. That's not what I'm doing, baby. We're going to get to the bottom of it, and it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the way she's looking at it because I am the enemy. I am a black man. She's taught to hate black men. I mean, man, look, I'm telling you, it's talking about the rooty to the tootie. I keep saying this shit. I keep saying that phrase, but that's what they do. They teach their daughters this. She's young enough to be my daughter. My daughter talked to me just like this. Talk to me like I'm trash, like I'm just a dude on the street. Matter of fact, she called me some random nigga. You know what I mean? So why, if your own flesh and blood child is taught to disrespect you and your, and your daddy and anybody else that look like you in this way, you really, it's generational all the way across the board. It's a whole layer of motherfuckers. I don't care where they live. They in California, Texas, Louisiana, whatever the fuck. They all raised with the same values, basically, more or less. You'd be surprised. I mean, you've seen the results. The results speak for themselves. This shit's frustrating. Ain't no hope. So how a dude gonna deal with my daughter or this woman? I'm just watching the Crimson Lady speaking about like they hate us. They don't look at us as human, and I get that. I get that. I see that shit. I feel that. You know, that's sort of what's going on, ain't it? We animals. We monsters. Not to be trusted, to be hated, to be treated bad. Always, never the benefit of the doubt. They always get the benefit of the doubt, but we never, ever, ever get no benefit of no doubt for no reason. She just jumped down my fucking throat, But at the end of the day, it looks ridiculous. And then she start going all in caps and shit. So I got 9 or 10 5-star reviews, and they're speaking highly of me, and then you come with this, and this is supposed, it affects the score, and there they go, because they hate you. They don't want to see you be successful. I said this shit, if you know the shit's review driven, why are you trying to not? Why you couldn't? You did better not to leave nothing. Why are you trying to knock me like that? Because they want to destroy you. They want to destroy you. I'm wrong. I seen it from mama. You see it in their attitude. You see it all kind of ways. It comes out. And then, and I seen it even on, I put the thing on TikTok. I seen it on TikTok with this woman. As a matter of fact, and she gonna act like, I guess it was me, and maybe just me, maybe me and a couple people. I recommended a vegan restaurant, and she had a bad experience. But you a negative motherfucker, so you gonna have bad experience every fucking where you go. But she had a so-called bad experience. Like this lady here had a bad experience. She turned this shit bad. It's just whatever it is. If you're right, you're right, and that's gonna be the end of it. Like it made no sense to jump this stupid and go through all this shit. But the car had no damage beside the previous damage that was there when I picked the car up. Which what I wish, because I don't know, I definitely would have mentioned it, like I mention stuff like that. If I know it's there beforehand, I'm going to tell you as a renter. If you notice it, something like that, everything's perfect, but that, and you didn't say nothing about it, you know that your rim is already have a thing on it, right? Like, I mean, man, I'm not going to be offended, but maybe people is that way, right? It's easier to just jump stupid on the end rather than be honest at the beginning or speak your mind. Some people can't speak their mind, and this obviously, once again, it's some narcissistic shit. Listen to me. Anybody, even if it's a temporary moment of narcissism, if your go-to is anger is always beneath the surface, that's a narcissistic behavior. Anger is always beneath the surface with them. That's a character trait. That's a telltale. That's a red flag. If your automatic go-to is anger and jump into the most highest negative thing for everything, he didn't answer the phone. It was had malicious intent for not answering the phone. And then she went as far as to say that, tell me what sense this makes. He's also disrespectful. I didn't even get a chance to be disrespectful to her, and I would not be disrespectful to her. If I wanted to be disrespectful, man, look, I ain't even a matter of me wanting to be disrespectful to her. It's you're gonna have to really do some shit for me to disrespect you, generally speaking, even off business, let alone this is my business. I'm not gonna be why would I'm just shut up. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. You could be recording me. What, I'm stupid? You know, I could be recording you as well. And she called me. I would have been recording her, believe me, but she called me and I was driving. I could not record her at the time. She cussed me out. She was just, but see, and there it is. So she's accusing me of what she did. No one else said nothing about me, no damages or anything else, any kind of way. I did it too fast. I should have waited a little bit, but I wanted to make sure because I know how Tori is. And then I end up being wrong this time. Like I said, I can live with that. I can admit that. There's no problem with that. But I don't like the way this lady did all the things she do. He's a scammer. This is in caps. He is a scammer. Do not rent from him. He will try and pass previous damage on to you so you can pay for it. He is she's hollering this. He is also disrespectful. Does not answer the phone. Really? For real. Will not meet in person. Really? I'm not required to meet you in person. I could meet you in person to give you the vehicle. You the only one saying anything about it, so apparently either it's not true or it's not a problem to anyone else except you, and apparently to you it's a really big problem. Like all that's a problem. What's the disrespectful part? Don't even say he's disrespectful. Say what he did and let me be the judge if that's disrespectful or not, but you can't. I'm disrespectful by having the audacity to be wrong. For one, for even having the audacity to accuse her of scratching the rim, of doing any damage whatsoever to the car, which I never even got to say what the damage was, but I put it up on the thing, like she's asked me the question and she just screamed me down. I never got to say what it was. And she just went off and said whatever and she hung up. I never even spoke what the damage was, so there is that. So you can pay for it. He is also disrespectful, does not answer the phone, will not meet in person to give you the vehicle, and he also left the vehicle in an unsafe place with the keys visible enough for it to get stolen. 10 out of 10. Definitely would not recommend. 10 out of 10? I don't even understand that. But I left the vehicle in I didn't leave the vehicle in an unsafe place. And like this reads just like, to me, I would think you're an asshole. I would, especially, I'm looking at all these other reviews and then think about the ones that's going to come afterwards, right? And how that's going to weigh. The more positive reviews I have, the more of the Black Queen of Destruction that you actually are, you're going to look like. The more, and I had nothing but positive ones before. I'm going to definitely be more, like, I wouldn't be making this mistake again. I don't see it as that big of a deal. Like, ma'am, it's you know what I mean? Like, ma'am, if she would have approached it in a more reasonable manner, we just would have understood. Like, okay, I understand, and we'll just let them look at the pictures and judge it. I'll have to pay for it for them to do that. Or I could, maybe, okay, now that you say that, let me look at the pictures and I'll get back to you. I could be wrong. I'm not perfect. And we could have done that too. Like, I'm not an unreasonable person. She jumped down my throat and told me I ain't paying for shit. You lying ass motherfucker. Kiss my ass. Click. What's the disrespectful part? So I'm just a little, man, I'm black queened out. Oh shit. I did not want to do that. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm black queened out, man. I ain't got nothing to tell y'all. Y'all are really a piece of work. I'm just saying. I mean, you know, you
I was sitting here thinking about what I wanted to do
no,
next.
come on,
Like,
come on.
it really just
Cut
depends.
that off, man. Cut that off.
You know how much money I get from the band.
You got to
Because
know
this is
this.
my biggest asset that I have.
You got to know this on your own.
I didn't even know what the
Too,
fuck
huh?
I was picking up on. I got posts.
Y'all know, if you don't know it, then you're part of
I
it.
have a garden. Though, like, yeah, I need a house.
If you like on some white man, I don't know, racism out there, shit. I don't know that black women be tripping. I don't know that black women be tripping. Shit. I don't know that a lot of us have horrible attitudes. I don't know that. I don't know that we moody as fuck. I don't know that we hate black men. I don't know that. Ain't nobody teach me that. Nah, you lying. You're lying, bro. That's a lie. Sir, that's a lie. It's no such thing. The fuck, man? How long, you know? So, fellas, you got to get some discipline about you, man. We've been giving it up too fucking easy. We've been playing ourselves. We've been playing ourselves and getting played. Once you have a baby, and the only reason I dealt with the narcissists that I dealt with so long is because of children. Other than that, well, I tell you what though, you still got to do the work though. Because other than that, I would have been, still from narcissist to narcissist to narcissist to it's an endless cycle, and getting it, so an endless cycle of not being happy, and perhaps looking for happiness somewhere else.
Correlate this together. We'll see how well I do. All right. So the thing what I'm noticing, speaking of correlation.
Come on, man. Yeah. I'm working a couple things. I guess shit's it is what it is, y'all. So I only have the capability to go live on TikTok. I think anybody can go live on Instagram, but I don't have that many followers on Instagram. I think I need, you only end up with about 1% of people maybe watching your shit. So if you got 100 people, you end up with one person pretty much, and I only got a couple hundred followers. So I'm only going to end up with, two and a half people. Oh, what the half is, I don't know. A kid, I guess. So 2.5 people gonna be, 2 to 3 people gonna be watching it. Then 2 to 3 people is 2 to 3 people. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it is what it is. But I feel better with I don't know. Well, I think I need to consider that. Just in short bursts, I guess, cause I gotta have enough stuff that's interesting enough to talk about for a long enough time, however long I'm talking, or just be willing to talk shit for long enough time, regardless. And it is what it is. Everybody ain't gonna watch it to the end, no matter how it could. Motherfucker don't watch 30-second videos all the way to the end. It depends. Because there's 3 minutes and then there's 3 minutes. I watched some 3-minute videos, man. Felt like, damn, this bitch is 3 minutes? Jesus. And I watched some that seemed like a quick ride, And that's how the rides be. Because the ride is when you waiting in line, it's the same amount of time when you on that bitch as to when you waiting in that line, and it seemed like a long time when you next. Right? But you're on it. So, right. With that said, if it's a fun ride, then it seemed quick. And if it's not, then it drags on. So I don't know where I'm at. I guess it depends on who's doing the listening. It depends on who's riding the ride. The shit might seem like torture. Therefore, that same amount of time is a longer time. Real talk, huh? Dealing with a black woman. Yeah, and I got more to say, but I'm gonna put it more. Sorry, y'all. I don't. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm dealing with, and it have to be a reason for it. Why I'm encountering these things. I talk about the business, but everybody ain't about business. Like they say, it's only a small percentage of people trying to be entrepreneurs. If any of y'all trying to do that, y'all would be linking up and shouting out at me in that way. So evidently, it's really nobody that's following me that's doing anything like that. And if you are, you good on your own. You're not wanting to link up. You're not wanting me to share your shit. You're not wanting to share my shit. Like none of that. So then, you might be, I guess, a YouTuber or somebody trying to get in social media, but maybe you don't have a business. You're not worried about at this time. Maybe, if I at least dibble and dabble talking about it, maybe you will in the future. Get your LLC or S Corp or whatever, Things do change. People's minds change. You hear something, you realize, there's a lot of benefits in having a business for everyone, even if you work in a job. However, I'm saying, so I'm not going to give up. They make it hard. And then, maybe motherfuckers working they voodoo magic and shit too, I guess that's always a possibility. It's always in the mix somewhere. It's always in the mix because that's why they call it spells. It's the words that we speak. If they sitting around just speaking negatively about you, like they believe their prayers have power, their prayers have power. They have some kind of power. They praying for your downfall. Consciously or subconsciously. They praying for your downfall. They speaking on your downfall. They thinking on your downfall. The reason why you ain't hanging around them because they too negative. They ain't not being negative. They ain't not thinking negative. If they get a win or a whiff of what you doing or what you want to do, they thinking negative. They thinking the same thing they would be telling you. And or you're programmed by them. So subconsciously somewhere we hear they little negative, that won't work. Don't nobody won't buy that shit. We hear they poke ass voice in the back of our fucking mind too. It might be faint. It's it's fainter. It ain't strong, but Don't nobody want that. Why? How you gon'? You can't. Or just looking stupid. Just looking stupid. Looking like the deer caught in the headlights. What do you want to say? Is there something you want to say? It must be something negative, and you just gonna sit there biting your lip or whatever the fuck, stupid ass look you got on your face. Ain't trying to grow, ain't trying to understand, ain't there's no growth. There's no growth. There's no wanting to grow. There's no wanting to be better. There's no thinking, I don't need to be better if I'm already perfect. I make no mistakes. Therefore, how the fuck I'm gonna get better than someone that make no mistakes and is never wrong? How I get better than that? You don't, huh? There is no better than perfect. Is it? It's better than perfect. No, it's not. If you never admit you're wrong, if you arguing motherfuckers down, then to the point where, well, you buy people off. Some people bought off. Others they bought off and brainwash. But some of that washing is on you. Some of it is bribes. Well, okay. I'm gonna start. I think my graphometer is I'm getting a little wiggly. I could talk about a lot. It's just aggravating, man. That is the root of the problem in the black community, and it's the black woman and those and her accomplices, those that uphold her and support her in her bullshit, those that never want to call her out on her bullshit, those that go along with the bullshit, those that benefit from the bullshit. The system definitely want to keep us separated apart and keep us down. There's benefits from that. They keep fresh meat in the supply chain. Private prisons, so on and so forth. They, shitty schools. Fucking, you got dumbasses that get degrees and things that they got to justify having a degree in. So yeah, school psychologists and counselors and things. No offense. Sure, some of them mean well. Some of them just, that's the job they can get. So a lot of teachers, that's the job they can get. They don't want to be no fucking teacher. You think they want to be teaching little black motherfuckers? They don't even like them. Because when they grow up, they don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with no black people when they grow up and when they retire and shit. They don't fuck with black people no more than what they have to. Fucking, they be friendly with the delivery man and they think that's some shit. They think they doing something. Because somehow it look like all the delivery men end up being black. I don't know how they work, but although they cycle, but they always look like they come back. I don't see too many dogs out there. King of Queens, man. So the panderers, the ones that's kissing ass, trying to get ass, And that's not surprising. But you know, that's not surprising because I seen that shit in real life. I seen a dude hanging around my ex like that. You know, I don't know. He trying to get ass. Yeah, they always trying to get ass, man. You know, the average dude always trying to get ass. The average dude, probably the average chick, always trying to get dick. Shit, same thing. You know, average, fucking right. Maybe some above average, but definitely average. That's all they have on their fucking mind. The average motherfucker, male or female, that's all they thinking about. And they're trying to disguise it. Why you think they all they do is shake their ass? All they do is shake their ass on the thing. They popping the pussy, they shaking their ass, and you know, and that shit don't stop, won't stop. They grandma was pee poppers, and now they pee popping. Down the line, the daughters and the granddaughters and the great granddaughters, shit, because you know, depending on how young they are, if they all start young as fuck, you got a whole line of pee poppers. Tell me I'm lying. You got generations of that shit or that bullshit. And even if they ain't, you know, like, cause everybody don't, some of them, for whatever reason, like me, I don't dance. It's you know, I can do whatever, but you know, it's highly unlikely you gonna see me doing too much dancing. I might get on the dance floor and do some little basic little fucking thing or whatever, at some point in time in my life, but you know what I mean. It's just some shit you don't, some people just don't roll like that. But that don't mean that they ain't thinking in that type of way still. They just not one that pop their ass. But they, you know, in the public scene like that so much. But behind closed doors, they the same. That's what I'm saying. They the same. They more sneaky with their shit. You know, it's gonna be more obvious with somebody that's doing all that shit, right? They might even dress a little more conservative and everything. Maybe a lot more. But some of that is complexes. Maybe they're ashamed of their body more. Because they have some fat girl that, you know, no offense, fat girls, but they have some, you know, or shout out to the fat girls, but they have some fat girls that have no problem. They have their rolls out and put on a little thing, like they small. But some that's gonna have on big baggy clothes, and you never, ever gonna see them with something like that on. But they still thinking of that same mentality. You feel what I mean? Yeah, the weather's really changing. That's why I got to be on my game. This is some like purity type shit right here that I'm drinking. It's the time of the year. You better watch. Y'all can drink all that eggnog and shit. See, that's how they get you. That shit gonna have you sick as a fucking. It's good. Don't get me wrong, man. I love eggnog. They have I'm gonna have to learn how to make some of my own self and just put my own little spices in it, because they have it in the store where they have almond eggnog, but not now. All I seen was the regular kind with that cow milk with the pus and shit in it. I would keep that. Keep that shit. So hang on. Let's see. This gonna be the end. I ain't got nothing else to add. I don't think. I'm gonna let this end it. So I'm out, y'all. I'm out.